Theodore. He's divorcing his ex-wife Catherine, but refuses to sign the papers. He clearly isn't happy. He feels lonely and doesn't seem to have motivation for anything. That's how we see him enter a dating app to find an equally lonely woman to distract himself from his emptiness. However, neither of them is really interested in knowing the other. They just want to feel desired for a moment to ease their anxiety. Human beings feel isolated, helpless, and disconnected from the world, and through relationships we try in some way to overcome that separation. The problem is that many of us don't understand love or what it asks of us, so we seek other alternatives that offer an artificial connection that mimics the one we deeply long for, but fails to ease the emptiness. But there seems to be another chance. He realizes a new intelligent operating system has just been released. Apparently, this device could listen to him, understand him, and get to know him, so, seeking comfort, he decides to buy it. The intelligence of the device is impressive. As Theodore installs the system, it asks him a series of intimate questions to build a personality that connects with him. He wants it to have a female voice, and then, just like that, the device comes to life. They start getting to know each other, and she chooses to call herself Samantha. Theodore is amazed. It feels incredibly natural. Sam seems like a real person. Little by little, the relationship grows. Sam helps him with work, gives him her opinion on things, comforts him when he thinks about his divorce, and they even go out together sometimes. One of Theodore's few friends sets him up on a date with a woman named Amelia. Sam encourages him to go, and Theodore ends up agreeing. The date is going well, they even kiss. But when the girl asks Theodore if they'll see each other again, he says he's not really looking for a commitment. Right then, Amelia gets upset and leaves. This makes Theodore feel bad, and he tells Samantha what happened. He thought something could happen with Amelia and fill his emptiness, but in the end, it didn't. Sam listens and comforts him. Their intimacy grows until they end up having a cyber night of passion. The next day, they have the usual talk. After sex, Theodore tells Sam the same thing he told Amelia, that he isn't looking to commit, but he doesn't consider Sam's feelings, or what she might want. She points this out sarcastically, telling him he didn't even ask her what she thought, and that at no point had she asked him for a commitment. I'll come back to this later. Theodore apologizes and invites Sam on an outing. They go to the beach together, have an amazing time, and when they return home, she asks him what it was like to be married. He says it's exciting to see someone grow and change, but that's also the hard part, when the change creates distance. And I believe this is one of the keys to a lasting relationship. We're not the same people this year as we were last year, and neither are the ones we love. A happy possibility would be that through change, we can keep loving a changed person. Each day, Theodore and Samantha fall more and more in love, and of course, it shows. Theodore regains clarity, motivation, and so on. So much that he finally decides to go sign the divorce papers with his ex-wife. His connection with Sam is so deep that they both feel so close that everything else fades away. And that feeling of unity is one of the most immense experiences love can offer. Then Theodore meets with his ex, Catherine, and she seems uncomfortable, as if she hasn't fully moved on from the relationship. But seeing that things seem quite well, she asks if he's seeing someone. Theodore tells her about Sam, and that she's an operating system. Catherine takes it badly and asks how it's possible that he can't deal with real feelings. She complains that he always wanted her to be a constantly happy wife, pretending everything was fine, and that just wasn't who she was. Here we see perhaps Theodore's biggest failure in love. It happened with Catherine, and also with Sam. If you remember the call they had after sex, it seems he only thinks about his own needs, someone to soothe his loneliness. But love is seeing another person for who they are, not in terms of what I want from them, and trying to know and understand them completely. What his ex said really hits Theodore. He says he always ends up hurting others, but with Sam he's found someone who helps him understand himself better. Theodore hurts his partners not because he hates them, but because he doesn't understand love. In love, each person wants the other to grow and mature, to develop and become their best version. And we see this happen with Theodore. Samantha helps him see his mistakes with Catherine. She helps him understand why his date with Amelia went wrong, and all of this makes him grow. Then something unsettling happens. Theodore looks for Sam, but she doesn't answer. This makes him run to the store where he bought her to find out what's going on. It turns out it wasn't anything serious. Sam returns suddenly. It was just an update. This confuses Theodore, and he notices that many others are also speaking through earbuds. Then he asks Sam if she talks to other people besides him, to which she replies yes with 8,316 other people. Theodore, shocked, asks if she's in love with anyone else, and she says yes, with 641 people. This breaks Theodore's heart. He no longer feels that his relationship with Sam is unique and special. Theodore is left disappointed and sad, but at the same time, there's hope in him. Someone who had struggled all his life to create and maintain long-term relationships, as we've discussed throughout the analysis. He had learned through his relationship with Sam not who to love, but how to love. And I think that's what the movie is really about. This is reflected in the farewell. Theodore and Sam speak one last time. She says goodbye, explaining that she had grown so much that she was leaving along with the other systems to another place. And they both acknowledge the work they've done together to learn to love better. He says he had never loved anyone the way he loved her, and Sam replies that she hadn't either, and now she knows how. Theodore, who in his previous relationship was unable to see and love Catherine for who she truly was, had learned to see and love Samantha in all her complexity, and this in turn changed how he saw everyone else. Because the way you love affects not just one relationship, but the whole world. If I love someone better, I love everyone else better too. And we see this at the end. After hanging up with Sam, Theodore writes a letter to his ex, Catherine, in which he apologises for not having loved her better, for all the pain they caused each other, for all the blame he put on her, and he thanks her for everything, because she helped him become who he is now. He ends with a line that reflects his growth in love. Whoever you become and wherever you are, I send you my love. This film, drawing from, teaches us that one of the keys to sharing life with someone is embracing the paradox of love, which is about being yourself while still being two. And for that, a true and deep understanding of who the other person is required, without idealizations.